What are the myths about divorce that could cost you? My name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. There are some myths, about the divorce process that can be very unsettling when you find out that they're not true. It can really cost you. One myth that I can think of, number one, is that the mom always gets custody. If you're thinking that the mom always gets custody, so you're going to go it alone, you're going to walk in there and you say you're the mom, and it doesn't matter what the dad does because you're going to get custody anyway, you may find that to be a very, very costly mistake. And you may think that you're saving yourself a few dollars because you're going to get it anyway, only to find out that the best interest factors weigh more heavily in favor of the father. Why? Not necessarily that he's the better custodian, but he's prepared and he's presenting evidence on the factors, and you believing that you're going to get custody by virtue of gender haven't prepared anything. And now the court weighs out the factors because the statute tells the judge he's got to do it. And you know what happens? You lose custody. So yes, a very costly mistake there. Another very costly mistake could be, and something you need to avoid, is you got to vet your lawyer very carefully. You got to get yourself a law firm that A, has experience in what you're dealing with, B, shares your vision of how things should be done. That may not be the cheapest guy in town. That may not be the lawyer that's right around the corner from you. That law firm and those lawyers who can do that for you might cost you more money up front. It may consume more resources down the road, but you may find that what it costs you more on the one hand, you save at the back end. Why? Because you get a stronger property settlement. You get more alimony. Maybe you get more child support. You may get more access to your child, and therefore you have less obligation to pay child support. In other words, there's all sorts of things that go on. And you may be penny smart and dollar foolish if you think, I'm going to either go it alone or I'm not going to take this guy because he wants a $6,000 retainer. I'm going to go with this guy for $2,000. I'm sure it's just as good. Well, you know what? It probably isn't. And how are you going to find out? Well, there's a lot of ways to find out. One of the ways is you ask around. Find out what the reputation of the lawyer is. If you don't know anybody who's gone through a divorce, or worse, if you don't want to tell people that you're thinking about doing it, go online, check reviews. A guy that's got a 5-star rating, but he's got 20 reviews, doesn't have the same credibility of the guy who may have 4.8 and 4.9, but he's got 500 reviews. Because 500 reviews is a lot more people fly-specking that guy's work. It's a lot more people overseeing what's going on and commenting on the work. Some guy who's got 10, 20, 30 reviews, half of those are his friends, the other half are relatives and colleagues. If you want to find somebody who's really doing this, you want to find somebody whose work has been judged by a vast majority of people. It doesn't mean that the person won't have critics. We all have our critics. We all have people who, have unrealistic goals and then blame others when those goals cannot be achieved. That having been said, you can still at least try to figure out who the better people are, who are the people who are more successful in this, who are the people who can really help you out. And that may not be the same guy as the one who's around the corner who's cheaper. It's possible that you may get the result that you want, but more likely than not, you're going to have a hard time getting that. And if your theory is that, I'll save $1,000, I'll save $2,000 because I'll use, my brother-in-law's lawyer that helped him out with the drunk driving 5 years ago, that may not be the way to go because these things have become much more sophisticated. If you have any questions about your particular case, of course, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.